Hi, I'm Katie from A Whole Lot of Cheese. Today we are making comfort food at its finest. We have gnocchi and spicy meatball soup. We're not going to be debating how to say the word gnocchi. A lot of people say gnocchi. You're wrong, but we don't have to go there today. We can save that debate for another day. So let's talk about what I have here for us today. We have the gnocchi, and I just have frozen gnocchi, but you can use homemade. There's so many recipes on the blog with different variations, and feel free if you want to put a little bit of extra work. It's always worth it to do that. We have some beef broth, roasted red peppers. Again, you can make your own, or you can just get a jar from the store. Not a big deal either way. It's a lot more flavor if you make them yourself, which is what I did. It's pretty easy. There actually is also a recipe on the blog that you can make roasted red peppers at home. So you can do that if you'd like. We have some garlic, we have some onion, tomato paste, some spices, and homemade meatballs. You can find a recipe for the homemade meatballs on a future Quick Bite episode. So take a look for that soon. All right, let's get started. All right, so we're ready to start cooking our soup. So I have some olive oil heating over medium heat. We're gonna add in our meatballs. Careful not to splatter them. You just want them in a single layer at the bottom of your pan. If you're using frozen meatballs, which is totally acceptable, don't worry. You just want those to get a little bit brown. They'll continue to thaw out as we cook, so don't worry too much about that. But for the homemade meatballs, we just want them to get a little bit golden brown for us and cook about halfway through. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let it heat up and start to get a little bit golden. We're gonna give it a quick stir. You wanna make sure that the meatballs are browning pretty evenly. Nice golden color. Oops, careful, if it might stick a little bit in the oil. It's all right. I'm gonna add in our onions now. Have about a half of a chopped onion. The roasted red pepper. And some minced garlic. About 2 cloves. This is probably about 3. I really like garlic. Gotta keep the vampires away. Mix this around. All right, so once this has been cooking for about 5 minutes, your onions are nice and translucent, smells good enough to eat, though I don't recommend eating it just yet because it's going to get better. All right, then we're gonna start adding in our beef broth. We have about 2½ cups of beef broth to add in, so just add that in slowly. Stir it around. Add some more in. Give it another stir. Add the rest in. Give it another stir. Then we're going to increase the heat to about medium-high. We want to bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then we're going to reduce it back down to medium. So we're just kind of playing the waiting game on that one. All right, once it comes to a boil, you're going to reduce the heat back down to medium. And then we're going to add in our tomato paste. We have about 2 ounces of tomato paste. So just mix that right in. And you're gonna just stir until the tomato paste is all dissolved. Once you have the tomato paste all dissolved, you're gonna season with some salt, some cayenne. If you like it really spicy, you can go ahead and add a little bit extra, but Just a couple little shakes is probably enough. And some red pepper flakes. I do like my soup spicy, so I'm gonna add a little bit extra red pepper flakes to this. Give it a nice good stir. Try not to break anything while you're stirring. All right, so now that we have added everything in, we're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes, and then it'll be time to add the gnocchi. All right, so this has been cooking for about 10 minutes now. It's time to add in the gnocchi. We have about half a pound of gnocchi to add in. This just takes about 2-3 minutes to cook, so we're just cooking it until it's cooked through. So just stick all these in. Give it a good stir. All right, so normally I would tell you that the gnocchi's done when it flows to the top, but we have so much going on in this soup that we're not really have that same effect as we would if it was just boiling water. So I think I need to do a taste test to make sure they're done. Perfect. Just about 2-3 minutes, like I said. They're cooked through, and now it's ready to eat. So your soup is all done cooking, and it's time to eat it, obviously. So what I did was torn some fresh mozzarella, threw it on the bottom of this bowl because, hello, cheese, you knew this was coming. It's a comfort food, so we add a little bit extra cheese. There's nothing wrong with that. It's winter, you know, we need to be comforted from this cold weather. It's okay, no one's judging you. All right, so then we pour the soup in, make sure you get all the goodies. We need the gnocchi, we need the red pepper, we need the meatballs, just everything in there, lots of soup, some Parmesan cheese on top. Again, come on, just put a little bit of extra cheese, it's all right. All right, and then it's time to eat. So you can always find the printable version of the recipe on wholelottocheese.com. Don't forget to hit subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes. And don't forget, everything's better with a whole lot of cheese. And it's time to eat. And
action.
All right, so you're what was the word I was just gonna say? I was gonna say, so you're cooked as soup. Oh my God.